Right, okay.
Hello, I'm Gareth Jones. Welcome to our Leeds United weekend preview video as we look ahead to the home game against Watford, a game you will hear exclusive FM commentary of on BBC Radio Leeds. That's 92.4 FM, 103.9 FM, or any of the other various FM frequencies that work around the county. Noel Whelan, Adam Pope, and myself, Gareth Jones, will be bringing you that exclusive FM commentary, the build-up in our dedicated United show starting at 2 o'clock live from Elland Road. All the talk this week again, Popey, has been about the ownership of the club. What are you making to the Cellino decision this week now the dust has settled and now rumours that other people could potentially be wanting to buy the club, including a famous actor?
Well, firstly, I really do doubt if we'll see Massimo now before the end of the season. The way he's talking in that statement, he's going to stay away until that arbitration and the appeal against the Football League goes ahead. That could take a few months yet. So I really don't see him being around from April the 10th, like he suggested there. So, but we'll have to wait and see. With regards to other people having a look at the club, well, Russell Crowe clearly be interested as a Leeds fan, but I think Leeds would have to do the running. Is the club up for sale? They have consistently stated, as Andrew Umbers, that it is not up for sale. However, if things continue to go against Massimo in terms of legal cases, in terms of the Football League, then he has to think of an exit strategy because he's not the sort of guy that will govern from afar for a long period of time, surely. And hence that's why we saw a statement like that in midweek. He wants to be involved.
So 3 o'clock Saturday is the time when we can relax and actually focus on the football, which is the thing that really, really matters. Leeds, 2 defeats in 9 now after that Brighton defeat in midweek, taking on 6th place at Watford. I suppose the first question is, what are the aims for the rest of the season? Before we get Popey's view on that, let's hear it from head coach Neil Redfearn.
There's a lot of season to play yet, and I don't want to finish the season on a whimper. I want to go out on a roar. We've got some good games to look forward to, and we want to make sure that we do well. And I think that we've got a duty to the league, and we've got a respect for the league and healthy respect for the league because ultimately I want to get promoted out of it at some point. So we want to finish off really, really well, and we want to get as close to the top 6 as we can, and. If we can keep picking up runs and keep picking up wins, and put runs together, then, we can get as far as we can.
So that's Neil Redfearn's view on Leeds United's targets for the rest of the campaign. Popey, where do you sit on that?
I think because they have so many teams above them in the table, and I don't mean the leaders, but like Watford on Saturday, Ipswich, Nottingham Forest still to play, they've got a big say in what will happen in the Championship, and it's got to be looked at as a measure of what might be needed next season to try and get out themselves, because for me it was always about next season, and it has to be. That has to be the season where we say Leeds have a chance. Clearly there's an element of realism has come into this season that they've done very well to get where they are. If they can finish in the top half, I think that's excellent. That's got to be the aim, and try and get as close to top 6 as possible.
And is Watford one of those markers? They're in the 6th place position at the moment, turned Leeds over at Vicarage Road earlier in the season, helped by Giuseppe Belushi's kamikaze debut. But is this a mark of where this Neil Redfearn side is in terms of competitiveness?
I think so. Watford have stayed in 6th place. If you go back to when we were talking last week about how Leeds have done since the Bolton draw, when they were 16 points behind the playoffs at that point, Watford were in 6th place. So it's a testament to their consistency and ability to beat a side that sort of stayed in the race for most of the season so far. So I think you're right. I think it will be a good test for Leeds in that on that front as to whether they are going to be in a situation where they can turn over a side that's been in some decent form, 6 wins in 8, and obviously have got promotion potential because they've gone close several times lately.
Byram's back. We'd expect him to go naturally back in, wouldn't we? The other debate is about Morrison. Will he, won't he play? What do you think he will do if he's fit and do if he isn't fit?
Well, I think if he's fit, then we'll revert to the side that would have played at Brighton if Byram had been fit. If he's not fit, does he go with Channy and think, right, okay, we'll stick with the same formation? Bit more creativity and drive from Byram might help Channy in terms of maybe some form of supply, but to be honest, I don't think he's up to it yet. So will he consider going to a more 4-4-2 type option and include players like Antonucci and Sharp and sacrifice a player out at the midfield? Or does he think, right, come on Channy, let's just see what you're made of, can you do this? I think he's a willing guy at the moment, but he's not championship craft at this stage, is he? So we'll have to see. Personally, I'd be loath to see Channy start the game.
So we'll have to wait to see on that team news. So join us on Saturday on BBC Radio Leeds 92.4 FM and 103.9 FM. Noel Whelan, Adam Pope and me, Gareth Jones. Our full commentary and our dedicated pre- and post-match show for Leeds United begins at 2 o'clock on Saturday, live from Elland Road.